We're
All
gonna pick
right.
it up. Man, I was watching Photoshop horror. All right, ladies and gentlemen, yo, what's up? Yo, it is your boy Trayvon Copeland, bro. We are back. We're having some technical difficulties, but it's okay. We're back now with technical difficulties. We have Jean Michel.
Jean-Michel.
Jean Michel. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, my inner Frenchman is wild. All right, no, he's here to talk to us about some amazing things that he does for the Black community. John, you want to tell us what do you do? My brother is a comic book owner. Okay, the Black comic renaissance is real. Jean, Jean. Oh, this is too much French going on right here. No, my brother is a comic store owner, and I'm so happy for him. And you want to tell us a little more about that? And where exactly are you guys located again?
So I own a store called Mega Brain Comics and Arcade. Co-own these days in Rhinebeck, New York, which is in the Hudson Valley of New York State. We're about 2 hours north of New York City, two and a half ish.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Um, so,
Mm-hmm.
so,
What?
inspired you to want to own your own comic book shop?
I mean, like, why would I not want to? Well,
What?
so I've always, since I can remember, comics have just always been a part of my life. Reading them like obsessively as a kid, loving everything about like Marvel and DC. I got older. I wanted to draw comics, and then I realized that drawing comics is a lot of work,
Very.
and as talented of an artist as I am, I'm not that talented.
Right.
So instead of drawing comics, I then tried my hand at writing comics, and so I wrote my own comic for a while, put out 2 issues, and started my own comic book publishing company to do that,
Oh wow.
which was called Mega Brain Comics.
Okay. All right. So,
So
drum roll, please.
so did that for a while, realized that making comics in any fashion is
Tedious.
difficult AF and really expensive. And all of us that were involved with it were doing things like getting married, having children, moving.
And then
Uh,
we just lose time, not focus, but the time. I'm with
yeah. And so we put that to bed for a while, and then and
you.
cut 2 years later, and I have like a young son who is going into second grade. I moved to Rhinebeck, New York with him, single dad, and I start walking around town and I realize that like there is nothing for kids to do here. Like it's a fantastic town. We have some of the best restaurants that you will eat in like literally anywhere. There's like great shopping, great people, but for all the families that are here, like I'd walk around and I'd see all these kids just like sitting on benches with their phones. Used to see kids like hanging out in the CVS, like the pharmacy, just hanging
Yeah.
out because it's the only place to hang out that doesn't
Yeah.
kick you out.
Mhm.
So, um, at some point, I was working at this job that it paid me a lot of money. Um, and it was a job that I probably could have um, stuck with for a while and not had many financial problems.
Yeah.
But I hated the job. So uh,
Yeah.
yeah. So I left that. My wife was actually the one who she just kind of like casually dropped this nugget one night when I was talking to a friend. She was like, "You guys should open a comic book store in Rhinebeck." And like as soon as she said that, like it was just pow. And the next day I started all
It
the
came back to,
process.
it came back to everything came back to you, right?
Yeah, I
Like,
started everything that I needed to. Yep. I looked for a place where it could be. I started thinking about like how am I going to get the money for it, and just boom, boom, boom. 4 months later, opened up my first comic book shop. That's the that's
bro,
that is the
bravo,
long
bravo,
story
venga busca,
long.
venga busca.
Long
Okay,
story long. That's how it happened.
that's how it happened. That's how me and old Mary Sue here, and I'm here. Okay, right. No, that is freaking awesome, dude. No, dude. Look, no, that is awesome because I was just telling my friends this because like I just turned 30 this year.
Well, congratulations.
I know I'm so old. I'm so old, right? No, but it's
No,
just
30 is great. 30, like, there's a lot of cool stuff that's about to start happening.
I hope so. I hope so. That's what I want. That's what I want. I've suffered enough. It's time to have fun. Nah, man. I was just telling my friends, like, bro, I don't want to stop being able to be a nerd. Like
Oh yeah.
being a nerd is what's kept me alive and kept me grounded. And I'm just truly grateful for like the nerd community because you actually have some real friends. Because you're gonna fall out with people, man. Especially when it's men. Men, we argue, we have testosterone, but your real friends are gonna stick with you. And like my friends from, like middle school are still my friends to this day. And,
Yeah.
like they're all the nerds. All
See,
like
but my theory is everybody is a nerd about something.
facts.
We are the only ones that like kind of use that badge though,
Yeah,
which I think is stupid because there's so many other groups of people who end up like looking at like comic book nerds and like gaming nerds and
it,
stuff, and like they look
it's
at them negatively,
yeah,
and it's
it's effective.
yeah, but at the same time, it's like they're spending hours and hours in their houses making like fantasy football leagues and like
For real,
watching sports and collecting sports cards. It's
for real.
like you're a sports nerd. Like it's the same exact thing
Yeah,
that we do with comics and video games and D&D, but
yeah,
it's just a different thing.
yeah, and it's subjective. I said that I was like, hang on, you trying to call this dude something that you're using as a derogative term, um, and you don't realize that hypocrisy. Because if you actually did some self-reflection, you would realize that you're actually more of the term that you're trying to say somebody else is. The
Yep.
fact that every single basketball player, and not only do you know every single basketball player by first and last name, you know where they're from, a bunch of backstory stuff that
Yep.
nobody cares about, like all this shit about this person, like nobody know all that. Like, bro, everybody knows Michael Jordan. He don't even know he's from North Carolina. Some people think he's from Chicago. I'm like, no, Dwayne Wade from Chicago, Derrick Rose from Chicago, a few people from Chicago. No, Michael Jordan from North Carolina.
And the
Like,
thing is, the way that everybody like looks at all of these players, whether it's basketball, football, or baseball, like they're real life goddamn superheroes.
for
Like
real.
Michael Jordan was a fucking superhero back in
Yeah,
the 90s, 80s
yeah,
and 90s.
yeah. Yeah, I don't want to talk too much about Michael. I don't even like him, but I like Johnson better. I like LeBron better. But just for what he does for the game, yeah, okay, cool. But no, like I really like today's future because I just love seeing so many black people with money and actually feel comfortable with your money. Because some people have money, but you got a budget. Like, all right, we're gonna have a little fun this week, but next week, all right, everybody stay in the house. Yeah, all right, but next week, all right, we'll go out again. But now I just it feels so good that we can actually win. And the fact that I'm seeing all these different black-owned comic book shops, even though there's not enough, there could be more. It's still a win compared to like not knowing any. And
Yeah.
like I want to push that, as far as I can. So if I can advertise your store, all out the courtesy of my heart, like just to let people know, hey, if you're in New York, hey, what I'm saying, like whether you in state or upstate, you want to go support somebody, it's there.
I will say we lost um just an amazing comic book store it from Philadelphia
Yeah,
recently.
yeah, I heard.
Amalgam Comics. Ariel was the first black woman owned comic book store in, I think, in all of like Pennsylvania, um, and possibly in the United States in general.
Uh,
Yeah. Um, and like it was a coffee shop comic book store, and it was on my list of, as soon as I'm able to, like, start traveling around, I wanted to hit it up. I never got to go to it.
you better
um
go. You better
all the,
go.
well,
Better
I mean, she's closing.
in October.
I know. Yeah, that's like 2 months. I
Yeah. It wouldn't hurt Pennsylvania, like Philly's right there. You can
this
take a
is this is true. Actually, you know what, it is possible that I could go.
take your son. Take your son. It'd be an experience.
You know what, you're right.
Do it. I'm telling
I could
you.
totally hop in the car and just
There.
go.
Yeah, just go. Just go. Just just man, you know how adulting is. Put some money
Yeah.
aside. Put some money aside.
It's not even that. It's always like it's the
Uh,
time that, ends
yeah.
up doing it. But I think you know what? You are totally right. I could take
Go.
like
You
two
gotta go
days
because
and then
I might go. I'm in Los Angeles and I'm like, I gotta support that. And my boy is actually having a book sign. I gotta hit him up. A good friend of mine. His name is Lonzo Starr. Well, that's his stage entertainment name. But
yeah.
it's the real name Anthony, but everybody call him Lonzo. He has a comic company called Concrete Comics, and he actually helps people publish as well. But his character, Alkalite, he was actually one of my first interviews. Actually,
Oh,
he was
cool.
one of my first interview. He's from Philly, but he lives in Jersey. But yeah, he's going to have a book signing there. So
Oh, nice.
I might just fly out there for that.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right. You know what? I'm having this conversation with you. Um, I'm gonna move some stuff around and figure this out,
because
because I do. I want to get there before she has to close those doors.
I gotta go because man, we'll talk about that off stream. But no, like man, yeah, man, that was just amazing when I first heard about it, and you know, it just seems like if you don't have celebrities or like I hate that narrative. Like if you don't have celebrities or celebrity or just like big name people supporting your idea consistently, then like the idea might not survive. Like it might not have longevity. It might have legs for a while, but it might not have longevity. And
I think the thing that really ended up just like, and I don't know, like I don't, Ariel and I don't personally know each other, but I think COVID was the thing that really just yanked the rug right out, because like also she's a restaurant.
yeah,
So like being that long without being able to like serve people like
yeah,
food and stuff like that, I think like was the first, like, like "Hacha!" and then retail wasn't able. I don't know what Philly was like, but it was like 3 or 4 months before we were able to like open our doors so that people could actually come in. So she's in like a major city, so it was probably longer for her. Like I think COVID just like
about
killed
everything.
the hell out of what she was doing.
How did you? Because the issue is she wasn't just a comic shop. She was like multiple hats, and so the
Yeah.
funding for that I already know that that's some gun to try to keep up with. But now, shouts out to Ariel. But how did you survive COVID? I want to talk about that a little bit.
That was so when it first happened, we were freaked out for a minute. Yeah, because we had just moved into a new space, a bigger space. The shop that I initially opened was like 3 blocks away or 2 blocks away from where we are now, but it was on a street that nobody goes down. Like there were days I would be sitting there in there all day, nobody would walk in, and it was tough, and you can't, like, a business just can't survive like that.
Right.
So about a month before lockdown happened, we were in the process of like moving. We move into this like big new space. And as soon as we open up, it's a hit. Like people, like we're where everybody is, like right on the main drag. And then lockdown happens, boom, and we're like, damn, god damn.
Why has thy cursed me, oh Lord? Right, I'm saying.
But we were like, thankfully, we were able to take like the relief money, the PPP money, and pay, like, continue to pay our employees. And since we were doing that, I was like, okay, if we can't be open like physically, we should at least be open online.
Yeah.
So that was because I we didn't have a website before that. We just had a
Yeah.
website that was like information, like this is where we are, here's some pictures.
Right.
So we took about 3 months to like upload all of our comic books and stuff online, and then we were able to start selling stuff to people because, you know, you got families stuck home with their kids that like are bored. We had comics and games and all kinds of stuff. So, you know, we did that. Plus, it's a small town. We all the businesses here really try to kind of look out for each other and help each other out. So there was like this whole organization that sprung up to like, you know, make sure that we were all like being able to take care of
Above
each
water.
other.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And so all these things kind of fell into place to just kind of like keep us limping along for a while until we were able to open the doors again. And then on top of that, I mean, you were talking about like celebrities, you know, being able to kind of help, and Rhinebeck has some really awesome celebrities here, including Jeffrey Dean Morgan and his wife Hillary, who, you know, he's Negan on The Walking Dead,
Yeah, I
and
know.
and the two of them ended up doing a massive amount for us. Like she was tweeting about us. He signed thousands of comics for us
I
that
love.
that we were
Uh,
able to sell on our website, and it really like it helped keep us alive
they got,
during.
does he have kids? Do they got kids?
Yeah. They have two kids, and we're their comic shop. They like come, they hang out, and, you know,
Son
since the very first month that I was open, like they've been coming to the shop.
of a bitch. I love that guy. That guy,
Yeah.
he's great. He's great.
Yep. Yeah.
Awesome. That is freaking awesome. I'm so happy for you. Like I know you.
Oh, he froze. Trayvon, you still there? Hello. Hello, Trayvon. Can you hear me? Hello. Hello. Here, let me see if I can send you a chat message. You froze. Hey, Elsa. Hello. Can you hear me? Tell me, Trayvon, can you hear me? Can you still see me? Can you hear me? Yellow. 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 Oh, what did I just drop? Oh. Oh.